Hi, everybody. Mr. Colford here, and I wanted to kind of guide us through this next lesson. This is actually 4.1.4 modeling mechanisms, and what this covers is everything between 4.1.1 and 4.1.4, which is why I've kind of grouped it up together. So very quickly, let's kind of go through here. This is modeling motion, and for this assignment, we're actually going to be using Fusion 360. So we'll be pulling that up in a little bit. The most important thing here is what you need to do is you need to download the VexIQ part model files. Now that downloads it as a part of a zip. And so if I click here, or I can also go down to the very bottom of the assignment and I can also click here, either one will work. It'll send me to a page that looks like this, where I'm going to go ahead and download the files here. Now, once I've downloaded the files, I'm going to notice that they're going to appear on the bottom of my page or in my downloads. And so I can go over to my downloads and I can show in the folder. And I've got it right here. What I need to do is I need to right click on this folder because it's zipped up, and I need to go to extract all. Okay, so now I've got a destination folder. I'm actually going to place this in a different file. I don't want it to download into my downloads file. I'm going to place it in my documents file. So within my documents file, I'm actually going to choose this 3D parts to print. And I know that's not my real one, but actually, you know what? I've got my Fusion 360 one here. I'll just open it up and throw it in there. So I'll go ahead and select that folder and extract it. And there we go. So now I've got all of those parts that I need to design what I'm going to design in the next assignment. So let's go ahead and close this. And I need to pull up Fusion 360. I've got some parts over here. What I'm actually going to go do is go to File, and I'm going to Upload. And then it's going to open a window in which I can go ahead and select the files. So with this one, I've actually got all my files right here. So I'm going to select all of these. And I'm going to drag them over and drop them in right here. Okay, and this is smart enough to know that each one of these are different files that I can pull over. And then I can just hit upload, and it'll take me through the process of uploading them into my project. So while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and hit pause for a second. I'm going to let these upload, and then I'm going to show you how to modify each one of them. Okay, so now that they're completed now, and I can scroll through and make sure all of them are here, I'm going to go ahead and close that one. And if I show my data panel, it'll show all the parts that I just downloaded right here off to the side. Now, all of these are VexIQ parts, and we're going to be using a couple of these ones for the assignment. So now let's take a look at our assignment here. It says, use the following description to create an assembly of the pulley mechanism shown in figure 1. The pulleys are shown offset from the beam for clarity. Model the pulleys flush against the 1x8 beam. So here's the 1x8 beam. They're pulled off so that we can kind of see what's in there, but we want to make sure that they're pushed back all the way. So a 10 millimeter pulley is mounted on a 4x pitch shaft, where the face of the pulley is approximately 0.5 inches away from the end of the shaft. So let's go ahead and do that one first. The first thing that we need is this beam right here. So we need the 1x8 beam. We need a 10 millimeter pulley. And I think we also need the pitch shaft. So the 4x pitch shaft. So let's go over here and let's take a look at what we have. So for this one, it's also important that before we import any projects into this, we're going to go ahead and save it. So with this one, let's go ahead and save this one as 4.1.4a. So let's go up here, and I'm going to say this is 4.1.4a, and then my name. And then we'll go ahead and save it. All right, so now that it's saved, I can go ahead and pull in what I need to pull in. And I see my name appear up here. It's all saved, it's ready to go. So now I'm going to drag this in and drop it right here. That's my 1x8 beam. And the last time we worked on this program, we actually used an assembly. So we learned how to do the assembly. So this one is laying flat. I'm actually going to rotate it so that it's pitched up. And so I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees just like that, and then hit OK. So now that we've got that one placed, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And you can see why I've done this is because we need to run some of these rods through that connector, and we also have the pulleys here that we need to connect as well. All right, so the next thing I need to do is pull in the shaft and the pulley. I'm only going to do one of these just to kind of show you guys how this is done. So here's the 8x shaft, here's the 4x shaft. So let's go ahead and pull that one in. And I'm also seeing, as this one's uploading, I also see my 10mm pulley right here as well. All right, so the shaft went ahead and placed itself right inside of that thing right there. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this around 90 degrees just like that. And then I'm going to place it roughly about where I need to line it up and put it into my part. And I can go ahead and rotate this around to kind of see. Whoop. There we go. Is it lined up? No, it's not quite lined up. I'll just pull it down a little bit more. That needs to go over a little bit. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Essentially what we're going to do is just place it right inside the hole here. So once it's in a rough position here, I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And we'll go ahead and position that right there. All right, so now that we have this placed, let's go ahead and we want to join these two parts together. But we also want to make sure that we preserve the quality of the rod that's going through the part here. We need to make sure that it's going through it, but we also need to make sure that it still rotates. So to do this, we are going to go ahead and join the parts together, but we need to join it together in a way that they're going to be modifiable. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to grab the part that we're going to be moving. So I'm going to grab the end of this one. And if I zoom in here, you'll notice that it's going to select the middle of it on this end piece right here. So I'm going to grab that, and it's going to turn transparent to show that I actually did it. And it automatically snaps over to my second snap, which is component 2. So now I'm going to grab this one. Actually, you know what? In the instructions, I think it has no, it is the second one. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put it in there. We'll go ahead and set it here, and if I scroll over the end piece right here, all it does is it selects just that one outline of that edge right there. But I want it to go through the whole way. And so I'm going to go to the middle, and it's going to select the whole inside of the hole, and I'm going to click right there, and it moves it into place. Now, it's a rigid piece, and I could go ahead and move it around a little bit if I need to, but I'm not going to. What I am going to do is I'm going to add some motion to it. So I'm going to come over here to motion, and instead of rigid, I'm going to choose revolve. And revolve now allows that piece to rotate inside of that circle there. Now in the instructions, you'll see that this isn't quite flush to this edge right here. We actually need to offset it a little bit. And so if I push it through, I can actually go back to position, and I can grab this and do it manually. I'm actually going to offset this one -75, so 0.75 inches. That looks about right. Yeah, and so I'll go ahead and just keep it there. So I'll click OK, and there we go. So now I have this rod going through my my piece right here. And if I click on this movement icon right here, it'll show me that this actually does rotate. So I can rotate this if I need to within the dimensions. I can't rotate it right now because I don't have a handle on it. And yeah, I guess I could probably, yeah, well, that just moves the whole thing. But once we get the other pieces in here, that will actually rotate and it'll move when we need it to. Okay, next piece is the 10mm pulley, which is right here. So I'm going to grab that, drag it over and drop it in. I'm just going to think about it for a little bit. There we go. Now, same thing for this one. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this. Let's see, 90 degrees. There we go. And then kind of place it close to my part, and it doesn't have to be exact, but I'll go ahead and hit OK. There we go. All right, so the same thing here. We've just lined it up. Now, because this is the piece that I'm moving, I'm going to go ahead and select this piece first. So I go ahead and click Join. We're just going to go ahead and continue that. For this one, I've already got the first one selected, and there we go. So I want this whole chamber right here. And if I need to rotate this so that I can see that, all I need, this is kind of difficult to get, the middle part right there. Maybe if I don't want that one, but you know, maybe I could choose this surface right here. I'll just go ahead and do that, and then I'll choose this surface right here. Yeah, that's an issue. Let's cancel that real quick. Let's retry this joint. Here we go. So this might be a better one right here. And then if I choose the end piece, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Now you'll notice that it's already set to rotate or revolve. I can choose rigid again, or I can continue choosing rotate. For this one, I don't want it to rotate, actually. I want it to be rigid. And the reason is because if we zoom in real close here, you'll notice that this is an axle that's fit to the inside of that pulley. And so it's not supposed to move. If I did animate it, it would actually go through or slice through the part. It just, that doesn't work. So I'm going to make this rigid and keep it from moving anywhere. For this one, it's a circle with that shaft going through there, or that, yeah. And so that's just what I need it to be. So for this one, in the instructions, it actually asks us to move this back a little bit so that it's about ½ an inch away from the edge right here. So I'm going to go ahead and move it back a little bit, and I'm going to type in 0.5. So it moves back like that, and then I'm going to hit OK. So there we go. So that's that. All right. So now we've given you kind of the basics behind movement, and I can actually, well, you know what? This one here is going to be hard to rotate, but if I decided that I wanted to rotate this, I could actually grab this and rotate it, and you'll see that that does freely rotate in there. And as this shaft rotates, it rotates this pulley as well. So I'm just going to leave it at 0 degrees, not worry about that right now. So for the rest of this assignment, go ahead and work on importing an additional shaft in here. Then I believe what they want you to do is add this next pulley to it. So it's a 40mm pulley. So both of the 4x pitch shafts are inserted into a 1x8 beam, and they line up so that these both will rotate, and that's really all you have to do with this one. The rest of these are actually pretty simple. it kind of guides you through how to create movements in here. Like I said in the example, these ones should be rigid, this one should rotate. But it'll guide you through and give you step-by-step instructions on how to edit these features as well. Okay. Yeah, for these ones, it might just be best to just do a screenshot of the completed thing, and then we'll call it good. So to do a screenshot, what I need you guys to do is go to your file and type in snip. There's our snipping tool. And then just go ahead and grab your file name and the part all together. So make sure that that file name is in here with your part so that I can see that you do have the appropriate assemblies attached to them. And then go ahead and submit that for those individual pieces. You will go ahead and do a couple of revisions here. So you're going to be doing not just this one, but you're also going to be doing this one here, which looks like that. And this will be a totally different file name. This will be the 4.1.4B. And then we're going to do, there we go. Here's the other one. This will be the worm gear. It'll be 4.1.4C. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's the last one. So go ahead and create some type of movement with this one as well. Now this one's cool because once you've got all the pieces in place and you rotate this piece right here, you'll notice that this piece will also move if you've set it up correctly. So this will be kind of cool. Yeah, use these instructions to kind of guide you through. And I've given you just the basics that you're going to need for all of this stuff. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. Play around with it a little bit to kind of understand it a little bit more. But this will all teach you everything that we're going to need to know for the next couple of assignments. So good luck and have some fun with this one.